Hey y'all, welcome to or back to Growth Rising. I'm Bird, and on this channel we talk about all things dealing with astrology. We've been going over the different Mars placements, and so today we'll be going over Mars and Gemini. And if you're not sure of where Mars was when you were born, you can go to Google, type in free birth chart calculator, and type in your birth time, day, and place, and you'll get the information, see where your Mars and every other planet is, as well as your rising sign. But if you don't have the time that you were born, you'll still see the planets what sign they're in. You just won't be sure of what house. So you will still most likely be able to see that Mars sign, unless it's like one of them times whenever Mars just changed, like within that day, change signs. But yeah, so if you were born with Mars in Gemini, you could very much be a person who is not focused. You could have ADHD. You could be all over the place with your mind. You could be a scatterbrain. You've probably been called that a couple of times because your mind is everywhere. Gemini, like one of the things that rules over is the mind. So your brain will be everywhere and it's hard for you to focus. And people with their Mars and Gemini, they welcome frequent changes. So they're not so much as wanting to be steady. They want to see changes. Like they might stay with this project right here for a little while. Then, oh, okay, now I want to do this project for a while. Oh, okay, now I want to do that project for a while. They're constantly changing. They're not going to stay just on one specific thing, which, Gemini is not quick to be on one thing. And Gemini, Mars can use their words as a weapon. They can use their words for a lot of things. But if you make them angry, because Mars does deal with anger. So if you make them angry and they're fussing with you, just know that they could very much be about to hurt your feelings very badly. So just keep that in mind if you're finna go back and forth with the Mars Gemini. They know how to use their words and they're not afraid to use them. And they can also sometimes just talk things through on a day-to-day basis. Like if they're thinking something, sometimes talking it through can help them to get through a specific thought or to make a decision because they want to say it. It's like a comfort thing, just saying it so that they can hear themselves thinking it out loud, and it can help them make whatever they feel like the best decision would be for that moment. And also, if you have a Mars and Gemini, you can find yourself fidgeting, a bit much, especially like with, maybe like them little fidget spinners. You could probably have a couple of those or want some or something like that. And Gemini also rules over the hands. So these people could, release some anger with things dealing with their hands. They could play an instrument or play video games or do something that's constructive. Like they could build things, they could bake things, anything dealing with their hands could help to get some tension out. Also, and if you date or have anything going on with a Gemini Mars, y'all, I also want to apologize if I sound a little stuffy. It's this weather has been whatever. But so if you get to the point of having sex with a Gemini Mars, they're not the most loose people. They're not just trying to be with any and everybody because these people get nervous, believe it or not. So, don't just think they're with any and everybody. But they do like oral, to give and to receive. They want it both. So go figure, they want to use the mouth, right? And they also will enjoy role playing, get into a different character, play to be somebody else, play to be 50 different people with your one person who you feel comfortable being 50 different people with. and they are curious in that area. So, well, they're curious in a lot of in a lot of different things. But so when it comes to sex, they can, like, if you want to try something new, they will probably be like, okay, let's try something new, because they're curious and they want to learn more. They want to do more. And also, just keep in mind that the intelligence is what can turn them on more than just, you know, whatever else you could be thinking of. Like, that could be a form of foreplay to them, teaching them something, learning something together, doing something where your intelligence shows. That can be something to really turn them on. And so, if you were born with your Mars and Gemini, I want to know what you did resonate with and what you feel like I left out. And also, have a good one.